Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. This is the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge, and I'm your host, Andrea Huck. So I hope you guys aren't too sick of me. I'm back again for another 2-week challenge. So this is the very last DCC, for XD at least, of the whole year. So if you were thinking about joining a DCC this year, this is your last chance to do it. So welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving break. I'm seeing some of you guys in the chat. Ryan said never. He's never tired of me. Thank you, Ryan. We've got Pamela, Tim, Jofian. Sorry, guys, if I'm butchering your name. We've got Mark, Eric. Lots of you guys today. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, hope you guys had a nice break. Today, as you might know, is more of our welcome day. So we're just kind of getting our feet wet. I'm going to explain what the DCC is if you're new. I'm going to walk through the starter file and some of my maybe favorite works that you guys have created, some examples. And yeah, we're just going to go over, I might give you some sneak peeks too. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to go ahead and hop on over to behance.net/challenge/XD. So this is, of course, if you're new, this is where you can find all of your daily prompts. We are live here every day at 11:30 Pacific time. It's 1:30 here in St. Louis. So be sure to stay tuned every day for that. So if you have not already registered, I have it registered. Go ahead and register with that big blue button right there. It'll tell you, thanks for joining the Creative Challenge. So this basically just gets you into Discord, and it will sign you up so that you get notifications every day in your Creative Cloud drop-down app up here, in those notifications right there. You can also just check on this page right here. This is your homepage for everything DCC related. So this challenge is December 2nd through December 13th, so next Friday. And like I mentioned, this is the last one of the year, so we're going to be taking a break for the holidays after that, and we'll be back in January though, don't worry. So hope you guys had a great break last week. We were not here with a DCC last week, but last one. So if you don't know how it works, each day I'll give you a challenge prompt, and all of these prompts down here will be populated each day with whatever the new design is that we're going to be creating. So like I mentioned, today's just a welcome day, so we do not have any challenge today, so you get today to take a break. But tomorrow we're going to start in again. And then of course, if you're not already a member of Discord, you can join that here. So I'll jump into that in just a second. I kind of want to cover just the homepage, but that's a really great community, bunch of designers, bunch of mentors. If you have any questions, of course, you can watch our daily live show right here. I'll be checking the chat throughout the stream. So if you have any questions about anything Daily Creative Challenge related or related to XD, or if you have any questions about the Adobe Creative Residency, which I was a creative resident last year, you can ask me about that. I was gonna say those applications are now open, so you can now apply. By the way, that's a separate thing, but the Adobe Creative Residency, great opportunity. Encourage you to look into it. Lastly, be sure to share your work to get feedback from both myself. We've got a bunch of other mentors, and be sure to give feedback yourself in Discord too, so we can just spread the love. So just scrolling on down here a bit, if you would like to be notified about any of the future XD challenges, you can sign up to be subscribed right there. So, like last week we didn't have a daily creative challenge, and after next Friday we won't have one until January, so you can get notified about that right there. And if you'd like to download XD, you can click that link right there if you don't already have it, of course, so it's free to download. And Discord, this is another link right here. And then scrolling on down here, if you are still working on any of the past challenges, that's totally fine. This one's not going to be a progressive challenge, so if you can just work at your own pace, basically. It's really for your own benefit. There's no winners or losers here. just to help you kind of learn a new skill, receive feedback on your work, and just connect with the community. And I do want to mention that, this is really great for people of any skill level. So even if you're just starting out, this is a great place to, learn. Each day I'll teach you something new and you can design along with me. Or if you feel like you know everything, you are very experienced, you've been doing this a lot of years, this is a good excuse to, just get your feet wet again, learn something new that you might not have already known. So really all skill levels are welcome to do this. So you can check out any of these previous daily creative challenges if you want. And of course, I will be providing you guys with a starter file. So you can get that on Dropbox. We'll provide you guys a link every day. So it'll just take you here to Dropbox. You can go up here to download and then direct download. So this is for a previous one. But basically, it will look something like this. You won't have all of these. I'll get into that in a sec. Those are some kind of sneak peeks of what we're going to be doing this week. But basically, it'll look like this. We'll have the header area up at the top, just saying like what day it is, how long the challenge is going. And then below that, I'll have kind of about the challenge. Obviously, I have it grayed out, so I didn't want you guys to start on it yet. I'll give you tomorrow's challenge tomorrow. And then I'll also give you what you should focus on. So each day it'll be, maybe something new in XD. So like a new feature. This week we're gonna kind of still be focusing on the new features that had been released in November. So those were some pretty big ones like components, the new plugins panel, Creative Cloud libraries. So there's tons of features, and it can be kind of overwhelming to learn all of them, but we're just going to focus on one each day. So we'll make it easy. And then below that, let me make this a little bigger. Below that, I'll give some inspiration. So obviously these are grayed out as well because I didn't want you guys to peek. But whatever, it's related to whatever the daily challenge is, just some examples of what I think are good design, something to kind of give you inspiration and get you started. And below that, I always provide some resources. So these are just some things that I've gathered throughout the years. The number one thing that you guys always ask me about is where do I get my icons? So I provided you a whole list right here, and this isn't even all of them, but so like Jollycons, Streamline icons, the Noun project, those are free. So some of these are a mix of paid and non-paid, the free ones. So you can feel free to, browse around in there. Also, what's new in XD? So I feel like this is helpful to look through the new features since the XD team is always releasing something new. So if you want to look at those links, and also Howard Pinsky's letsxd.com. This I feel like is very helpful. Which one was it? Okay, so this is letsxd.com. This is a great resource if you just still need like a little bit more info or like a tutorial specifically on something I'm talking about. He has lots of great videos here, just like short little snippets if you want to just learn something short and snackable. He has those, or he also has UI kits. And this one in particular I think is great. This has 100 components, 200 states. So this is all of the November new releases in this UI kit. I think it's awesome. So if you want to also, see how I did something in a UI kit, you can download it there. What else? Where I get my fonts, where I get my photos. So yeah, those are just some great resources. And then, of course, down here, we've got where you can share once you're done. So the whole point of this is to learn something new, but then at the end of this 2-week challenge, you've got a bunch of new designs that you can add into a portfolio, show a potential employer, and it's just like a really nice, holistic view of a bunch of different skills that you have. So like each day you can say, I know this skill, this part of prototyping. So it's a really good thing for employers to see as well. So you can share on Discord. This one is more for if you want to get feedback. There's a bunch of mentors on Discord from like us, the Adobe team. Whoever's hosting usually is a mentor that week as well. And as well, please share on Behance. So Behance, usually people will share either every day or if you want to share at the end of the week as like a collection of all of your challenges. So on Discord, I'll hop on over here. So again, if you want to find that link to Discord, let me go back to the home page. You can find it right here at the very bottom. So just click this Join Us link, or it's right here on this community chat link. So that's how you can join. We've got about 28,000 of you guys now, which is crazy because I think last week we had 26,000. So it's really growing fast. If you're new to Discord, I'll kind of show you around a little bit. Over here, we've got all of the channels. So just to highlight a few, these three up here are the announcements. These are read-only channels, so announcements from the Adobe Live team. So just anything general related. And the Creative Challenge channel, of course, this will let you know when I'm going to be going live each day and give you the daily prompts. And then if you want to know what the other schedules are for going live, you can check in this channel. And feedback, so this is kind of the bread and butter, I feel like, of the Discord channel. So if you want to share like your prototypes from Adobe XD or just a screenshot, like a work in progress, that's totally fine too. If you want to share a link to your Behance project, you can do that like Sarah did. Let's see what else we got here. Like this one, Aaron just shared a screenshot. That's fine too. Let me see if there's like a prototype that someone shared. Yeah, Fion Art shared a prototype, so it's a little easier for us to see like how you did the animation if you share that. If you have anything related to past challenges, you can also check in here. So this is just any past Adobe XD challenge that you're still working on. And if you have anything else design related, anything in your portfolio, you know, that you just want feedback on from us, the mentors, you can post it in here. And we also do portfolio reviews now. So just keep in mind, this is new actually, just keep in mind though that there's, you know, maybe only like 6 of us online at a time and like 30,000 of you guys on Discord. So if we don't get to it right away, don't like have your feelings hurt. You might just need to post it again or something. So we try to get to all of you guys. So, but I'll be looking in Discord this week at you guys' work. I'm excited to see what you come up with. And I always review some at the end of each day's challenge. So usually I review on Behance, sometimes Discord, just depends on the day. And then if you have any questions, you can go to Ask a Question here. Career Advice, this is another great channel. So really just lots of great chats going on. You can always see who's online over here. If we have the little green indicator, that means we're online. So that is a bit about Discord. Now I thought I would get into some of the sneak peeks. I'm not totally giving away like what we're going to be doing, but just the main idea, just for you to get a little, just get excited. So let's see, does anyone have any questions on the chat? Ayla asked, who will be hosting the XD session coming up? Actually, very special today. It's kind of like a past creative residence day and present creative residence day, because this morning we had Anna Davis-Court doing the Photoshop challenge, and now I'm doing the XD challenge, and then after this, for the 2-hour stream, we have Julie Sandusky, and she's a current creative resident, so that is really cool. Yeah, any other questions? Lots of you guys in the chat today. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm really excited for this one, especially since it's like the end of the year. I'm going to be doing some kind of holiday themed challenges, so it's going to be a really good one. So day 1, we're going to be doing custom perfume. I'm not going to tell you exactly what the challenge is, but something to do with that, maybe choosing some scents. Day 2 is going to be all about building furniture, but we're going to make it fun, not like a stressful building furniture from IKEA sort of thing. Day 3 is going to be all about greeting cards. choosing some messages and such. Day 4, I think this is going to be a fun one. We're going to be doing something with a fireplace. I hope that doesn't totally give it away, but might be doing a little bit with auto animate there. That'll be a fun one. And then the second week, so this will be next Monday. I thought we would do the second week all about like holiday themed things. I didn't want to do it all about holiday themed since that's a bit much, but the second week I thought we could round out the year like that. So day 5 we'll be doing some holiday shopping, something to do with that. Day 6, this will also be a fun one, Santa tracking. Thought that was cute. Day 7 will be creating something with the holiday countdown. And day 8 will be recipe related, something maybe holiday recipes. And day 9 I think will be my favorite, so you'll need to stay tuned for that. I purposely made it the very last one because I think it's a fun one. So this will be related to skiing, maybe like a map of skiing or something of that sort. So that is a little sneak peek. You guys are special this time. I don't usually do that. Give you little sneak peeks of those. That's a little bit about what we're going to be covering the next 2 weeks. So if you're new to XD and you're just kind of getting started, I did want to point out some of my favorite plugins because this can really help your workflow speed up a lot during the next 2 weeks. So I really only want you to spend like 30 to 60 minutes or so on each challenge. Don't try to overwhelm yourself because then you'll just burn out too quickly. So yeah, half an hour to an hour on each of these, but plugins can really help you speed it up. So this is a new feature that was released in November. This is the new Discover Plugins Manager. So it's kind of nice because there's some collections that you can browse through. Let's see. And then, these are some of my favorites over here, but connect your tools, design with real data, share on your work. So definitely browse through some of these categories. There's lots of good ones that can help you just work a lot faster. A few of my favorites are the calendar plugin. So this makes making calendars super fast. Let's see, Google Sheets, another favorite. If you have a ton of data and you don't want to spend a bunch of time like typing everything in individually, this is a great one. Icons and symbols, generating just icons for you. Instant color. So this can help you create some color palettes. Sometimes I'll use that. Lorem Ipsum, I use this one just like about every day. So this one's just like you type something, and let me change the color so you can see it a bit. And then you just press Lorem Ipsum, fill with placeholder text, and you can choose if you want English or Latin or whatever, and then just say insert text, and it will insert a bunch of fake text for you. Because previously I'd literally just been writing out Lorem Ipsum dolor sit amet, because I think I have most of that memorized, or at least the first like few sentences. Anyway, so that is a really good time saver. UI faces, so if you're doing like use cases or like a social media app or something, and you have a bunch of faces that you need to input, it will select like your repeat grid of circles or squares or whatever, and input immediately from, I think it's like, you can choose whatever source you want it to come from, but like the Splash website, a bunch of different like free websites for photographs. Oh, Unsplash, that's what I was thinking of. And then Unsplash random images if you need some stock images. So those are some of my favorite plugins. I encourage you to just, look around in this Discover panel before you get started, because it can help just speed up your work. So this is what the starter files will look like, minus all of this stuff over here and minus everything blurred out. Now I wanted to just go over some examples of what I thought are, good examples of Daily Creative Challenge projects shown on Behance. So these are the ones that I've done so far. So I encourage you to make just like a little cover photo of what, the title is, what the project's all about. I usually add like a grid up at the top. And then of course give a little description about what the project is all about. A lot of times people will just show a flat image like just this, and there's no context behind it. So we need some context. Tell us what you're working on. We want to know. We're excited to learn about your process. And then I usually just like copy and paste each day's like header, sort of. It's kind of quick that way, but definitely show the prototype. I think this is a thing that can really make you stand out, especially to employers, if they can see specifically like what type of animations in prototyping you can do, like what features you know. So these are from the last like 2 weeks ago, if you want to look through any of these. These are just some examples of, what the challenges are about. So each day I'll tell you what the challenge is, and then I'll give you a focus. So like this day was focusing on the hover state. So when you hover over each of these, this day, what did we focus on? The plugins manager. So we used a plugin to help us on that one. This day we focused on share mode. That one was kind of hard to show in this prototype though. So we did a light and dark theme. So that is a little example of what I do. Now for some of you guys' work. So Dan Lee, or I'm not sure how you say your last name, pardon me. But I think he has really done a lot of great work on the daily creative challenges. Wow, he's done a lot. So like, let's just look at one of these. Let's see. So you can either do it how I did, where I have all of the challenges into one single project, or you can show, like he has day 5 for one project, so you can split it up in your projects if you want. And I think his are great because he really shows the whole process. So he shows, what the proposal's about, the colors, the fonts. And I mean, you don't have to show all of this. I know it's a little bit more work, but man, it just really makes you stand out if you're looking for a really solid portfolio piece. Even the wireframes, I don't even show that. And then the mock-ups. So showing, the before, during, and after of your whole process, I think is really awesome. And then showing the prototype, you can show it in an actual mock-up, like in an iPhone. This one's a little hard to see. I usually suggest to people to stay away from like the 45-degree angle mock-ups because it's a little hard to see. If you're just doing it like static for the cover photo or something, just to draw people in, that's fine. But for the prototypes, I'd say usually do something flat. This one also, Sarah Newman, she has a lot of great examples. Let's just look at one of these. So this was from last week, so thank you for doing the one last week, Sarah. And she as well, she broke it up for each day, a separate project for each day. And then, shows what the challenge was about. She showed all the colors, what typography she chose, the iconography. So this one I thought was a really great example. And then the hover state, so what specific feature we tried to learn that day. And then the prototype at the end. So this one looks really great. Love this. This was the local marketplace. So we hovered over these little circles, and then it would pop up with more details. So really great job, Sarah, if you're watching. And the last one I wanted to show was Andy Pham. I think I might have showed him as a good example last time too, but that's okay. He just did such a great job. So he did a few of them, the July and the September. I'll show the July one. So let's see. Yeah, so he did it the same way as me. So he showed all of the days into one specific project. But again, love that he shows the prototype, and you can export prototypes from XD as an MP4, which is really great. Yeah, this one is so great. Let's look at this one. September XD. I love the cover header image, very minimal. You get the idea right away. And this one is nice because he just explains right up front what the feature we were trying to learn was. So we learned the tap gesture on that day. This day we learned about components. This day we learned about overlays. Yeah, so feel free if you want to look through some of these examples, you can do that. And I think that's about all the time that we have left today, guys. Thank you all so much for joining. This was just a very quick little challenge today, or we didn't have a challenge today, but I will be back again tomorrow at 11:30 Pacific time, so stay tuned for that. And after this, we have Julie Sandusky, and she will be doing the 2-hour live stream in XD, so stay tuned for that. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.